Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Coffee Chats with Coach Candy. Welcome, everyone. Cheers. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your water, grab your juice, grab whatever it is that gets you going. Happy Thursday. I'm so excited to have you all here. Good morning, good morning. Welcome. How is everybody doing this morning? Good morning. We're going to get into our practice of gratitude again today. It is Thursday, so it is Thursday Thanks. I'm super excited to see you here. Hope you're having a phenomenal week. I'm still feeling a little rundown from my travels and things going on, but that's all right. I'm here, I'm with you, and we are rocking and ready to go. So today I want to talk a little bit about the people that you're surrounding yourself in your life and why that matters, and how to make sure that you're practicing gratitude in that space as well, and offering that back to those individuals who are there. Good morning, Deborah. Welcome. And for those of you that might be joining us for the first time, I am Coach Candy. I'm here every morning, Monday through Friday. We do Facebook Lives at 7:30 a.m. and we do a whole variety of topics and things that we dig into. And so I'm super excited that you're all here. For those of you in the Yes Monthly program, remember we have a live training tonight. It will be the recording will be posted shortly after. So if you can make it live, great. If not, the training will be there for you later on this evening. Super excited. We're going to jump into some big things. Good morning, Myra. If you're still wanting to join us, you can still sign up and become part of that as well. So good morning, everyone. Good morning. One of the things, and this kind of occurred to me last night, I actually have, after coming off my big trip, the big work that I did this last weekend on some things for myself to open up, and then the crazy travel that I had back, the 20 hours getting back. I actually had one of my best friends come and visit me. She's here for the week, and we had an opportunity to really dig into some work yesterday. We did a lot of stuff. She's one of those people that really lifts me up and challenges me. And we started talking about, the power of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, the 5 people that you surround yourself with. And are they the people that really lift you up, inspire you, challenge you, love you, as Brene Brown says, not in spite of your faults, but because of them. Not, doesn't love you because, okay, well, I just choose not to pay attention, but loves you because they know you're human, loves that they know you're fallible, that you're you have weaknesses, that you fall down, you get up, you have vulnerabilities, you have insecurities, and it's those people that really are there loving you through that. And so what I want you to think about this morning as we do our practice of gratitude is, who are the 5 people that you are surrounding yourself with most? Are they people that really see you? Are they people that really hold a space for you, that allows you to fall down, that allows you to be real and open and genuine? Are they people who see your flaws, help you lift up and grow inside of those, as well as really know your strengths and the things that you bring to the table? Are they people that lift you and challenge you and support you no matter what? Are they people that call your bullshit? Are they people that are there that are like, look, that was out of line and you need to own that and you need to step up? Are they people that push you out of your excuses? Or are they people that are yes people around you that are helping you stay stuck? And so I want you, first of all, I want you to evaluate those 5 people that you're surrounding yourself with the most, because they really are indicative of what's holding you back. They're indicative of where you're creating upper limits and where you're shortchanging yourself and sabotaging yourself. Are you surrounding yourself with people that are making you better, or are you surrounding yourself with people that are allowing you to stay the same? And if you've got people around you that are always in agreement with you, they're always telling you, you're whatever, yes, I cheer you on, they're not necessarily the people that are serving you the best. I have people in my life that aren't always, they're always cheering me on, but they're not always agreeing with me. And sometimes they're in a space where it's like, you know what, Candy? No, you're out of line. That's bullshit. You can't do that. You need to step up. You're better than that. Whatever it might be, they call me to the carpet. And I don't want people around me that are those yes people, those people that just agree with me for the sake of agreeing with me. I'm not growing in that space. And so I have some really tough people in my inner circle. I have some people that really dig in and help me see myself through a different lens. They see me full out, and they help me see myself as well. And so I want you first and foremost to think about, who are those 5 people? Who are the people that when you think about it at the end of the day, you're like, they know you, they know your heart, they know your dreams, they know who you are, they know your strengths, they know your weaknesses, and they love you because of all of it. And so they love you completely, they love you fully. You allow yourself to be vulnerable with them, or maybe there's an opportunity to let yourself be vulnerable with them. I mean, yesterday we talked about how to, when you want to contract, which is one of my natural defenses, right? When something's coming up, a lot of times I don't want to reach out to people. I want to be in that space where I contract, I go inside, I don't want to ask for help. And are you able to, or is there opportunity for you to expand in your vulnerability so there's no edges, so you can invite those people to join you in that space? We're wired for connection. Human beings are wired for connection, and oftentimes we shut that down. We inadvertently create barriers, and the people that love us most often are the ones that get the brunt of our projection, the brunt of when we're spiraling, when we're fearful, when there's stuff showing up. And so think about that. Do you have people in your life that are holding that space for you? One of the things that we have the opportunity to do is to thank them for that. And it was something Brene Brown said, and I can't remember I think it was in Dare to Lead. I'm not sure. I can't remember if it was in Dare to Lead or Braving the Wilderness. Just don't remember which book it was. Her books sometimes blend for me because I do so much work with Brene Brown. But one of the books, I think it was Dare to Lead, where she said, take a little piece of paper, like really small, and write down those people that really hold that space for you. And there's a reason that we talk about the 5 people around us, because most of us may not even have 5. We might have 1 or 2 or 3, but it's really those people that see you the deepest. It's those people that really understand you on a heart and soul level. It's those people that are there for you when maybe you're not your best version of yourself, when you're being a little ugly, when you're showing up out of fear or insecurity, when your weaknesses are kind of like full center. They're the people that are still holding that space for you. And so first and foremost, what I want you to think about, and so before we jump into that, I'm curious, do you have those people? Do you have those people around you that are really, good morning, Ruben, do you have those people around you that are really helping you see who you are? Do you have those people who, when they lean in, they're really lifting you up, they're supporting you, and they're helping you see the reality of where maybe you're holding yourself back? They see potential for you that maybe you don't see. They're lifting you, they're challenging you, and they're calling you bullshit at times. Do you have those people around you? And so, I mean, first and foremost, I want to just ask that question. When you look at the 5 people that you surround yourself with most, do you have those people that you're like, man, they've got my back. They're there, and they don't just have my back to agree with me all the time. They have my back in a way that says they see me and they help me stay accountable in that space. Myra, yes, I have these 5 people. I need to thank them. Rising Strong showed up first, and then in Dare to Lead. 1 square names. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The 1-inch square, right? That you put their names down and do that practice. And so maybe it's, so I love that. Thank you for that, Myra, because I can't remember where. I know it's shown up in a couple places. And I love that. She talks about getting a 1-inch square piece of paper and writing down the names of those people that are the ones that really see you. Those people that are really the ones, Deborah, I'm not sure I have them. I might have a couple. I just don't see them in person often. Okay, so here's the thing. It's not that you have to see them in person. One of my friends, I mean, she's here visiting from Houston. We don't see each other enough at all. And we know how to hold that space for each other. In fact, we were just talking, we need to get back to our accountability calls. We need to get back to that space where we're able to hold that space for each other more deliberately and more purposefully. And I wish I had 5. So see here, thank you. I appreciate that so much, Ruben. And so I want you to think about this. I want you to think about, and it doesn't have to be 5. Maybe it's 1, maybe it's 2. Do you even have one of those people? Because what happens is oftentimes people aren't surrounding themselves with those people that really see themselves, that really help you see yourself, I should say. What happens is we either have 1 of 2 people around us, and this is what can be so debilitating, so damaging, so helping us stay stuck or helping us stay in that space of status quo. It's we either have the people that are always saying yes to us. They just cheer us on no matter what. They're like, you're great, you're awesome, I love you. And there's nothing wrong with those people. just know that those people aren't helping to stretch you. They're not helping to grow you. They're not helping you step into your next level of potential. They're actually keeping you stuck. And while you need those people in your life, they may not be your core 5 or your core 3 or your core whatever. They're the people that you go to really push you, to really lift you, to really excel you, because they're not even doing it for themselves. You want to surround yourself with those people that are that next step that you're trying to attain, that are going to move you into that space. That sometimes they're going to be the people that have those difficult conversations with you, right? They're going to love you, but they're not going to always sit there and say, yeah, I think you're awesome. They're going to say, no, you're out of line, and you need to step forward and you need to own that stuff, because that's not okay, right? That's what Brene Brown talks about in Call to Courage. Man, you screwed up. That's not okay. Good morning, Martha. Robin, good morning. Good morning. Oh, I love that. Yes, we need this topic, right? And so the other side of that equation, so we have those people that are always like, yes, you rock, you're awesome, great, and we want those cheerleaders. Sure, it's awesome. Just know that those people are keeping you stuck. If they're always cheering you on, if they always think you're awesome, if they're never holding you accountable, they're not pushing you. They're not helping you be the best version of yourself. They're keeping you stuck in what's comfortable. The other side is too many of us have people around us that are really damaging. They're negative. They're toxic. They're people that should all over us, right? They're just shooting all over us. And yes, what you think you heard is exactly what it is. You're shooting. Whether it's the shooting or the shitting, you're doing it all over yourself. And you have these people that are leveling you, right? They're knocking you out. They're dragging you through their toxicity. They're creating this unnecessary drama around you, and they're actually stifling your own creativity and your own sense of self-worth, because they're constantly shutting you down. And some of these people do this in a very passive-aggressive way, and we don't even recognize it sometimes because we're like, but they love me. And you're like, good morning, Carmen. Oh, I'm so glad you all need this topic this morning. It's amazing. Like I said, last night my friend and I, we were sitting here talking, and we had a practice of gratitude and kind of a love fest last night, because it was just this, wow, I so deeply, because we both have stuff going on, and there's this opportunity to really stand up and see each other and like get into the really raw, vulnerable, meaty, deep stuff and do the work together and be in a space where you're like, wow, thank you for holding that space. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for doing that without judgment and helping me hold the line and stay accountable. Because the thing is when you can have those people in your life that see you, that release the need for judgment, but also know how to hold you accountable in that, they're the people that you want to hold close. Those are the people that are going to help stretch you and grow you. And too many of us have, good morning, Martha, too many of us have people that are either too optimistic and they're not calling out the truth, and so they're not being helpful in a growth capacity. They're helping us stay in the space that's comfortable. Or we have the people that are inadvertently or directly creating this toxic energy, this space where they're just projecting their nonsense, their drama, their stuff down on us, or they're being very passive aggressive in how they're holding space with us. And so I want you to think about it. If you even have one person in your life right now, one person that is somebody that's holding that space, that's really open, that's really raw, that really sees you, that holds you accountable, that calls your bullshit, that is your biggest champion and the person that challenges you the most. If you have one of those people in your life right now, what I want you to do is I want you to think about deliberately creating a practice of gratitude where you simply say, thank you for being that person for me. And the thing is sometimes when we say thank you, or sometimes when we give praise or feedback, and I think I mentioned this before, we do it in a generalized sense, and sometimes it loses some of its meaning, it loses some of its depth. And so I want you to think about what that person is for you and how that person holds space for you. And I want you to get really specific with them about why that relationship matters to you, why you have such overflowing gratitude for them, why you want to appreciate who they are and how they show up for you. And the more you can, good morning, Peyton, right? The more you can really tell them how they show up with you and acknowledge that space of what they do and the space that they create for you, the more that gratitude and that appreciation really drops in. Because sometimes when we just say, oh, thank you, thanks for being my friend, it seems very generalized. And while there's an appreciation in the space where you're like, wow, that feels great, Think about the difference between just saying, wow, thanks for being my friend, thanks for being one of my top 5 people, versus saying, thank you for holding such a deep space for me where there's no judgment. Thank you for seeing me with my weaknesses. Thank you for always pushing me to be better in that space. Thank you for loving me even when I show up and I'm shitty and I'm out of alignment and I'm not being in integrity. Thank you for holding that space to love me through that. Thank you for seeing me for who I am, sometimes when I can't see that for myself. Doesn't that feel different? Doesn't it feel different when you can acknowledge how they're holding space with you, how they're showing up as a friend versus just thanks for being my friend, right? And so let's see, I have these cheerleaders, but I don't believe in it myself. Interesting. It's like they only read what I'm giving out. But I know I need more. I'm my own worst enemy. I know that absolutely. We're all. Thank you for that. First of all, Ruben, that's extremely vulnerable, and I say this a lot, and I mean this sincerely for all of you. I so deeply honor the level of vulnerability that you share when we get on these calls. It's so touching for me that you're willing to not only trust me in this space, you trust each other, and many of you don't know each other, right? You only know each other from showing up on these Facebook Lives, and the level of vulnerability, the level of truth and realness that you display for me, for yourself, with each other. I just honor that so much. I can't tell you how blessed I feel that we can create this space together, and I get a little emotional on that because I know that that's not easy to say or that's not easy to put out there. And sometimes it's when we face that truth, right? When we put that out there and we acknowledge the reality of it, we acknowledge what's true for us, we can start to say, how do I heal that? What do I do that allows me to extend that in a different way? And so I want you to think about this in 2 spaces because, again, I honor that so much. That's such a vulnerable statement. And it's so wide open and it's just so truthful. And so I think about, if you've only got those cheerleaders and you're struggling with your own belief of they're always cheering me on, they believe in me, they see things in me that I don't see myself. It's that opportunity. And I want you to think about this from the reverse side of this for a moment. Think about when you offer that to people that you love. Think about when you're cheering them on, when you're championing them, when you're loving them and seeing things in them that you're like, man, this is why I spend time with you. Man, you're my bro, you're this, you're my girl, you're whatever. You've got my heart. You're in a space with me for a reason. Think about what you see in them and how you feel when they don't see that for themselves. Think about the fact that when you offer that compliment, that appreciation, that truth, when you say to somebody, man, you're the real deal. There's a reason that you and I are friends, right? It's because I learn from you, I grow from you, I see you. How do you feel when they don't accept that from you, right? How do you feel when they're like, they don't see their own self-worth? Sometimes you feel heartbroken, right? Or sometimes you feel feel a little discouraged, or you feel disheartened by it. So I want you to think about, how are you when you're not receiving that gift? Because when someone is holding that space for you, when someone is seeing you in all your light and your glory as the divine being that you are, and you're not receiving that, even if you haven't fully got the belief around it, but you're not allowing yourself to receive it, you're inadvertently not receiving that gift of love from that person who's holding that space for you. So I want you to think about sometimes how it feels when you put it out and someone's like, yeah, it's not real. I don't know. Yeah, okay, whatever, brother. That's not it. And you're like, oh, man, I want them to see how amazing and powerful they are. Think about how you're giving that feeling back to those people that see you. And we all are divine beings. We all are these amazing divine beings that were put on this earth for a reason. And I've said this a couple times before. Think about this when you're struggling with your own self-worth. In light of the trees and the mountains and the water and the sun and all of what makes the world magical and beautiful and magnificent, you had to be part of this. There is no other person that has your exact DNA. There's no other person that has your voice print, your thumbprint, your purpose, your passion. And you had to be part of everything else that's going on around you. That in itself makes you a divine being. And so when you start to own that space, you also are able to give that out in a more congruent, a more integrity-filled space. And so I want you to think sometimes when we can't take that for ourselves, think about it on the turn, right? Think about it if you were offering that to someone else. And so I want you to think about, we are so our worst enemy, and we're so self-deprecating. And the thing is, and yesterday I talked about, that's a contraction space, right? Anytime you're in that space where you want to contract, I want you to think about the expansion. I want you to think about, how do I expand in my vulnerability until there are no edges? And so whenever there's that space of, I'm my own worst enemy, I want to go in, I don't believe that, think about, how do I expand and let my light shine? Because sometimes it's the absolute counter to what we think we need is what's going to help us move past that space and simply start to receive it. Even if it's just like, thank you, this person keeps saying that, maybe there's some truth to it, right? If this person keeps seeing this in me, maybe it's time I started to see that in myself as well. And one of the first people that you can practice this gratitude, and I've talked about this, is with yourself, right? One of those this 5 people is you holding that space for you. And maybe you need to start having those conversations in the mirror with yourself. Maybe you need to see yourself as somebody else looking at you, or see yourself as a small child, and create that space, or that cycle where you can really love yourself and see yourself in all your glory and your magnificence and the fact that you're a divine being, and see yourself in the space to say, you know what, I keep attracting, because think about the quality of people that you're attracting. If you're bringing these people into your life, you must have something that's attracting them. And so there's just a space where we keep kind of peeling back the layers so that we can sit in the space and really own our own self-worth in that, right? And have gratitude for the people that are helping push us in to that space to receive that, right? Martha, so grateful for friends who told me the truth when I asked, what is my blind spot? Oh my goodness. We need people that help us see our blind spot. Absolutely. Candace, good morning. Kathy, good morning. Empowered me to make a good transition in my life. Yes, if we don't have the truth tellers, here's the thing, if you're surrounding yourself with people that are afraid to tell you the truth, or are passive aggressively creating toxic ways to tell you the truth, or are not telling you the truth, they're not serving you. It's not that you have to extricate these people out of your life. It's not like you have to remove these people from your life. It's that you need to find those people in your core that are going to be the truth tellers, are going to be the people that hold you accountable. These are the people that are really, truly going to call your bullshit. And I mean in any capacity, when you're out of alignment with who you really are, and it might just be when you're being your own worst enemy, and say, man, that's not okay. Stop. You are worth more than what you're doing to yourself right now. And I'm not going to let you keep beating yourself up. I'm not going to let you keep being in the space where you are dismissing the value of who you are. I'm going to hold you up and let you see yourself in the light that I see you. You need people that are going to get tough with you. You need people that are going to hold that space that say, you're worth more than what you think and what you keep telling yourself. I'm not going to let you, because that's a bullshit call right there, right? That's a putting your feet to the fire and saying, dude, no, it's not okay that you beat yourself up that way. If you got people around you that are letting you do that, they're not serving you. They're holding you back because you're too afraid to tell you the truth. People that can't tell you the truth, people that can't have the difficult conversation, people that can't say, no, that's not okay. I have people in my life that are like, Candy, okay, I got it. Stop talking. Enough. They need to be able to say that to me. They need to be able to like, man, I got it, but right now, enough. I need them to know that that's not going to damage our relationship. They just need to be able to tell me, I got a boundary right now and enough. Or Candy, I don't want you to coach me. Or man, no, not okay today. And that's okay. That's real, honest relationships. Those are people that see you. Those are people that hold you in that space. Robin, all you're saying is so true. A visionary friend of mine told me to think of 5 women I aspired to be like, and I was wanting to move a level up. Immediately, I named one person that I do not see often. I went home and opened up Facebook, and that person just happened to make a post, and she talked about celebrating 8 women who have been authentic with her and truly helped her grow her business. As I started to read the list, my name was in it. Oh, that just fills my heart. And I knew right then that being truthful with people when they ask the question is the thing to do. 10 years earlier, I told her she needed to change the thrust of what she was doing, and she did, and she's very successful today. I plan to reach out to her and tell her about this conversation this morning, Candy, and I'm going to tell her how much she truly means to me. Oh, that fills my cup. Think about that. I mean, just sit in that for a minute. Just think about what Robin just posted. I mean, I'm getting very emotional with that. That's the love fest I had with a friend of mine last night. That's friendship. That's love. That's connection. That's contact. That's a space where you're being seen and you're seeing someone else. That's what we all need in our life. We need to stop diminishing the power of relationships and connection in our life. We need to stop hiding behind our computer and our phones and TV and reality crap that's everywhere. We need to lean in and connect at a heart and soul level. We need spaces where we can help others aspire to rise in their potential and allow them to do the same for us. And Robin, I can't tell you how much I just love that post. That's everything, right? That's the opportunity we're missing. We have such a culture that is about complaining and commiserating right now instead of connecting and communicating. And we're missing opportunities. As human beings, our fundamental need is connection. Our fundamental need is belonging. And it's not fitting in like Brene Brown says. It's belonging. It's belonging to ourselves, and it's creating a tribe. We have lost the art of creating tribes and communities around us, and we need to lean in and build those connections. Contact is everything, and it's not physical contact I'm talking about. It's contact where it's holding a space where people can be seen, where they feel loved, where they feel valued, where they feel heard, where they feel like they have someone who truly wants them to aspire and awaken their own potential and step in that. And when you create that space for others, and when you have others creating that space for you, that's everything. And it doesn't have to be 5 people. It can be 1 person. It can be 2 people. It can be your dog, your kid. It can be anything. There's no rules around this. What I want you to do is I want you to really figure out who are those people in your life. And it might be the people that you haven't talked to in a while. You might have actually pushed them off a little bit because they're the people that have been the truth tellers and you've been afraid of the truth. So you're like, nope, don't want that person right now. Don't have space. And I want you to get honest with yourself and say, wow, is it time to pick up the phone? Is it time to get on a video? Is it time to take a trip? Because you know what? Maybe I need a little bit more truth telling in my life. Maybe I need a little more deep connection in my life because I'm tired of the surface shit. I want you to get tired. I want you to be like, I'm done. The surface shit, the complaining, the commiserating isn't getting you where you want to be. If you want to live your most fulfilled life, if you want to really be in a space where you feel like your soul is awakened, it starts with connection. It starts with building meaningful relationships with people that see you and are trying to move up into that space to play at their highest and best level too. And when you rise together, when you lift each other together, man, that's like magic. And that's power. And I just so love and honor that what you just wrote, Robin. I mean, that's everything. And I want you to think about who are those people that maybe you haven't talked to in a while. Maybe those people that were that person a while ago and you have an opportunity to bridge and raise that level of that relationship again. Who are those people that you need to offer that gratitude to? That's the practice of gratitude. And it's that what, how, where did they show up for you? It's getting specific. It's telling them exactly who they are for you, not just thanks for being my friend. Thanks for showing up for me, dude. Man, I love you. Okay, come on, let's stop with the surface shit. While that's good, and yeah, you can be like, man, I love you, thanks. It's like the pat on the back, little high five. I think about the way sometimes guys connect. No, I want you to drop in. I want you to allow yourself to be vulnerable, and I want you to say to somebody, can I share with you what you've meant to me? Can I offer my gratitude for how you've always been someone that's shown up for me and been a truth teller and had the difficult conversation, and I so deeply appreciate how you hold space for me, man. I just want you to know that I wouldn't be who I am without you, that you have always seen past whatever mask I'm wearing, whatever surface, and you've held my feet to the fire. You hold me accountable in that space. And so I want you to think about who are those people. Good morning, Keith. Hi, how are you? Oh, I'm so glad you're joining us this morning. I want you to think about who are those people in your life, right? Who are those people that need that appreciation, that need that gratitude for how they're really holding space for you? How are they showing up for you? It matters. And what happens is sometimes we're not acknowledging those people. We take them for granted. We don't really lean in. We're not understanding the power and magnitude of what those connections are bringing us. And if there's only one person, and on the other side, and so let me see what the rest of you have said. Robin, although I've never met you in person, I love you. Oh, I love you too, Robin. I love you. I feel like we have deeply had this opportunity to connect, and you're right, and it doesn't have to be always in person. There's many of you I've never met in person that I feel such a deep connection and love for. And I agree with that. I love what you share authentically with all of us. I so deeply receive that and appreciate that. And I love that you show up and share with us and are here. And I love you too, my friend. I love you so much. Myra, I shared this video with those 5 people and thanked them. Thank you for the reminder of gratitude for those relationships. We take them for granted sometimes. Yes, we do. Robin, good morning. We do take those relationships for granted. And for those of you that maybe are struggling saying, I don't have anyone in that circle, then my challenge for you is, 1, have gratitude for yourself for recognizing that it's an opportunity, and start allowing yourself to be braver and more courageous to build those connections. And I would say that you have some of those people, even if it's just here on this Facebook Live. There are some of you that show up every morning on these calls, and some of you that show up every morning you possibly can. And I want you to think about the community right here that we're building. You have people that are lifting you up and supporting you, and to Robin's point, people that we've never even met in person. There are people that keep showing up for each other on these calls, because these calls aren't about you just showing up for me. They're not just about you showing up for yourself. The fact that you're participating in these conversations, the fact that you're openly sharing your vulnerability, sharing your heart, sharing the things you're struggling with, you're now creating a space for other people to feel seen and lifted. And so if you need to lean in, start reaching out and building relationships with people that are in this community. You already have people that are in the same space with you. There is such an opportunity right here. If you're finding somebody that's really deeply resonating with you on these Facebook Lives, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to invite you, reach out and send them a personal Facebook message and say, I would love to learn more about who you are. Tell me more about who you are. Tell me about your deepest passion. Tell me about your purpose. Because you know what? You already have the root right here on these calls with people that are ready to see you, ready to receive you, ready to cut through it. We don't do surface shit on these discussions, right? So they're already ready to cut through the bullshit. They're ready to cut through the stuff that's not meaningful, the drama, the stuff that's just, we don't need it, right? They want to connect. Every single person that gets on these Facebook Lives, every one of you has a deep-seated need to want to be seen, to build connections, to have real meaningful relationships. So I urge you, don't miss the opportunity to connect with people that are on these calls. Don't miss the opportunity when you're in community with them every morning and you're liking each other's statements and you're liking each other's posts. Get to know each other outside of the space as well. Some of my best and deepest relationships have happened from connecting with somebody on a Facebook Live. Have connected with, and some of you are here because we connected in another group with a Facebook Live or somebody else's post, or we were part of a community online that we started to, I mean, Robin, you and I connected online, right? I think about when Mario's here, he and I connected through a whole nother group, right? I think about so many of you I've never met in person, yet we have built these deep, meaningful relationships because we're in community together. Community doesn't have to be in person. Community doesn't mean we ever have to see, and I hope, I welcome, I so invite the opportunity to meet every one of you in person. I look forward to the day where I truly can give you a heart-to-heart hug, where it's real and I get to squish you and I get to love on you. And I so honor the fact that I get to do that even in this space with you every morning. And so I urge you, don't lose that. Don't lose the fact that you're building community right now. You have people right here that could be your inner 5 because they already are playing in the same space with you. They're already people that have the same core values. They're already people that are hungry for what's real and meaningful and the connections. And so I hope that you'll take the opportunity to get to know each other outside of this as well. All it takes is a message. All it takes is an invitation to say, I would really like to get to know you. There's something about your energy. There's something about the way you show up on Candy's calls that, you know what, I find myself wanting to know more. I want to hold space for you. I feel like we've got a connection and I'd love to lean in and learn more. And so that's what I want you to think about today. I want you to offer that gratitude. I want you to offer that appreciation for anyone that's holding that space for you. I want you to lean in and love on them. I want you to just drop in and get really expanding that vulnerability till there's no edges. And I want you to lean in, and I want you to offer your heart, and I want you to give that gratitude that's meaningful and say thank you and tell them how they're holding that space for you and why that's so important. And I want you to take an opportunity to expand your connections and start to lean in and start to get to know the people that are in this community and the people that are on these calls. I do this for you. I show up every morning for you because I want you to have community. And for those of you that want an even deeper community, come join us for the Yes Monthly. We've got another live training call tonight. And again, that's a space where, and those of you that are in there, you know, you guys are loving on each other already. And we've had like 2 calls. I love the fact that you're loving on each other so powerfully in there and showing up and being so vulnerable and so wide open, because that's how we rise to the next level. And I love that my master trainer I was with this past weekend, who joined me tomorrow, because I am going to share more about Sasha's work tomorrow. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to share with you some resources that are available that you can dig into. And we're going to talk about some of them on the training call tonight. We're going to get into some financial money mindset and like beliefs about how we're bringing that energy to us and opening up more abundance and prosperity. In fact, my friend who's here visiting me, we're actually playing in the possibilities at our prosperity party today. So we're going to do some abundance activation. I'm going to share some of that with you guys tonight that are in the Yes Monthly. But this is for you. I show up for you so that you can start to lean in and dig in and drop in into a juicier, richer, more meaningful space in your life. This is about fulfillment and joy and connection and love and gratitude. And so I have deep gratitude for all of you. I love how you show up. And for all of you that commented today, for all of you that are here, thank you for being here. It's vulnerable just to be seen in this space and to be here and be part of the conversation. And for all of you that shared this morning, wow, so wide open. Deeply, deeply appreciate the relationship and the connection that we continue to build. And I love you so much for being wide open and vulnerable. I love you for leaning in and supporting each other. And I love you for the amazing divine creatures that you are. And I hope you'll make it just an amazing Thursday. Be more thoughtful today. Be more thankful, and build some deeper relationships. So with that, I am going to have a fantastic day as well. And I'm going to see you all tomorrow. I'll be back at 7:30 tomorrow morning. Mwah. I love you so much. And I love this journey that we're on together. Hugs to you too, Keith. Say thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you all so much. So I will catch up with y'all tomorrow. Bye, everyone.